Good morning. I am Dr. Mary Grace William. So you can call me Dr. Grace, wag lang po Dr. Lim, at baka maging Doc Lim po. Ano? So good morning again. I will be discussing instructional leadership. So in the context of instructional leadership, education is considered as the matter of education of leadership because a deep understanding of educational principles, teaching methodologies, and curriculum design is essential for effective leadership in educational settings. Leaders in instructional roles need a solid educational background to guide and support teachers, make informed decisions about curriculum development, and implement strategies that enhance student learning. Our objectives for today are define instructional leadership, state the roles and responsibilities of instructional leaders, analyze and apply the effectiveness of instructional leaders. What is instructional leaders? Natanong nyo ba yan sa mga sarili natin? Bago tayo naging principal or the school head, natanong ba natin ang ating mga sarili kung ano ba ang trabaho ng isang school head as an instructional leader? You ask yourself, describe yourself as an instructional leader, or what kind of leadership do you have? According to Marsh in 1992, defines instructional leadership as something specific to a principals. It refers to anything that school leaders do to improve teaching and learning in the school. It focuses on learning and its promotion. That is why the reason kung bakit tinatawag na ang mga instructional leaders are what we call learning leaders. Because instructional leaders are educational administrators or school leaders who focus on enhancing teaching and learning within an educational institution. They play a crucial role in shaping the instructional environment, supporting teachers, and improving student outcomes. Instructional leaders are typically found in roles such as principals, assistant principals, curriculum directors, or other leadership positions within schools or school districts. So sinasabi nga nila that instructional leadership daw is a dynamic process. It is a systematic study and analysis of the entire teaching and learning situation. It adapted to the needs of those involved in it, utilizing carefully planned program derived from the situation. So, napakalaki ng responsibility ng isang school head as an instructional leadership. Okay, number one is the curriculum development. They are involved in designing, implementing, and evaluating the curriculum to ensure it aligns with educational standards and best practices. Number two, teacher support and development. Instructional leaders work to support and develop teachers by providing resources, mentoring, and professional development opportunities. They may also conduct evaluations to help teachers improve their instructional techniques. Number three, data analysis. They use student performance data to assess the effectiveness of instructional strategies and make data-driven decisions to improve teaching and learning. So it is very important talaga yung meron tayong data na makukuha para mas ma-assess pa natin kung ano ba yung dapat pang improve ng teachers and the students and even the schools. Number four, creating a positive learning environment. So ang school na maganda, malinis, is napakagandang tingnan. Ibig sabihin, magiging maganda din yung outcome nito sa mga teachers at sa mga students. Instructional leaders strive to create a positive and inclusive school culture that fosters effective teaching and student engagement. Okay? So, mostly sa mga students natin, merong mga kabilang sa LGBTQ+, at marami pang iba. So, dapat magkaroon tayo ng inclusive education for them. Hindi nila maramdaman na iba sila. So, dapat mas maramdaman nila that they belong to the school and to education we give to them. And number five is educational innovation. They stay informed about educational research and trends, introducing innovative practices that enhance the learning experience for students. That's why it is called dynamic process. So bakit tinawag na dynamic process? Okay? Pag sinabi nating dynamic process, ibig sabihin patuloy itong nagbabago. Lahat ng nangyayari sa ating education, positive or negative, is what we call dynamic. Okay? Nagbabago. It can be positive or it can be negative. But all in all, what is the difference between leadership and management? Okay, may pagkakaiba ba ang isang leader or ang isang manager? Are you a boss or a leader? According to Cotton 2003 stated that effective instructional leaders are intensely involved in curricular and instructional issues that directly affect the student's achievement. So in the context of instructional leadership, the role often involves aspect of both leadership and management. While there is some overlap, they generally have distinct focuses. For example, in instructional leader, they focus on primarily concentrates on the educational and instructional aspect of the organization. Of course, their responsibilities emphasizes shaping the vision for teaching and learning, fostering a positive school culture, supporting developing teachers, and ensuring effective curriculum implementation. So, what are the skills of a leader? They require strong communication, vision setting, and motivation skills to inspire educators and promote a culture of continuous improvement in teaching and learning. So, as a manager naman, they focus primarily concerned with the administrative and organizational aspects of the institution. Ang responsibilities naman nila, they involves tasks such as resource allocation, budgeting, scheduling, and ensuring compliance with policies and regulations. Skills that requires organizational planning and decision-making skills to efficiently run the operations of educational institution. So as you can see, I have a table here. I want you to see the difference between a leadership and a management. As the leadership are their own persons. Think radically, communicate, inspire trust, have a long range perspective, do the right things, focus on people, and deliverables. As a management naman, are good soldiers, think incrementally, command, ensure efficiency, control, have pragmatic operation views, do right things, focus on structure, system, and tasks, and deliverables. Okay? Both roles are important. Effective instructional leaders often integrate management tasks into their responsibilities. They balance the administrative functions with a strong focus on improving educational outcomes, fostering professional growth among teachers, and creating a positive learning environment. So, successful instructional leadership understands that the combination of leadership and management skills is crucial for achieving the overall mission of educational institution. So, an as the school head, dapat malawak ang iyong pag-unawa sa iyong mga teachers. Don't just focus on the needs, pero mas maganda na alam mo on how to support and how to develop them as a good and best teacher to have a good students. So what are the roles and responsibilities of instructional leaders? So dapat alam natin to bilang isang school head. Paano ba natin matutulungan ang ating mga teachers as a school head? So ano ba yung mga responsibilidad natin sa kanila bilang mas mataas sa kanila? So provision in RA 9155, Governance Basic Education Act 2001, there shall be a school head for all public elementary school or a cluster thereof. The establishment of integrated schools from existing public elementary and public high schools shall be encouraged. So the school head may be assisted by an assistant school head, shall be both an instructional leader and administrative manager. Remember that in standalone senior high school has its own school head. In integrated senior high school shares a school head with junior high school and senior high school. Remember that the school head shall form a team with school teachers, learning facilitators for delivery of quality educational programs, projects, and services. So ano ba yung team? Sino ba yung team? So as the school head, if kabilang ka sa big school, you have department heads to tap on. Bigyan sila ng mga task so that hindi lahat ikaw ang gagawa ng admin task. You can delegate the work for your department heads. And ang department heads naman, they have master teachers that they can tap on para ibigay naman or i-delegate yung task nila. So always remember that educational or instructional leaders serve as the guiding force with an educational institution, steering the course toward academic excellence and fostering an environment conducive to effective teaching and learning. So tatandaan natin as school head, bilang isang instructional leader, so dapat natin din tatandaan that ang place or ang school natin is conducive to learning. Ano man, gaano man kadami ang estudyante natin, ano man ang environment that we have, make sure that the place is conducive and effective to learning. Okay? So, meron din tayong mga educational programs, projects, and services na dapat din nating maibigay sa ating mga mag-aaral. We can have the help ng ating PTA officers with the supervision ng ating school head, of course, para mas maging maganda o mas maging maayos ang resulta ng mga programa para sa mga mag-aaral, guro at sa ating komunidad. So, what are the roles and responsibilities of school head as instructional leader? So there are areas to support. And of course, there are roles and responsibilities na nakaatang sa balikat ng ating mga school head. So first is the instructional support for teacher effectiveness and efficiency. So ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng efficiency? Okay? Efficiency is the ability to achieve maximum output with minimum resources, time, or effort. So as we can see, di ba, in DepEd, talagang limited lang ang budget natin. So very good ang mga school head na nakagagawa ng paraan para mas ma-maximize nila yung mga resources nila. So as a school head, as instructional leader, assume leaderships and supervise teachers on the improvement of instructional programs, specifically the teaching process. Kasi 'di ba, kapag sinabi nating instructional leader, teaching and learning process ang pinakamahalaga na uh, dapat nating pinahahalagahan pa. Okay? We motivate and support teachers to attain peak performance, assist teachers in identifying strengths and growth areas through monitoring and evaluation. So sa lahat naman ng ating ginagawa, it is very important that we monitor and evaluate things para malaman natin kung tama o mali pa or mas may improve pa ang ating gawain. We can also use the SWOT analysis, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats para mas makita natin if applicable ba ang ating ginagawa sa ating paaralan. Of course, we provide professional, technical, and instructional assistance to teachers and school heads, promotes DepEd programs and projects to improve teaching and learning. So this one, very good ang ginawa ng DepEd about Catch Up Friday. So for me, as a language teacher, naniniwala ako na ang pagbasa na may pag-unawa ay talagang napakahalaga. So, tong programa na ito ng DepEd ay talagang 100% sinusuportahan ko bilang isang language teacher. So, we promote the efficiency of teaching and learning in all classes through observations and visitations. So, we have COT, kung saan nakikita ng ating master teacher, ng ating school head, ano bang ginagawa natin inside our classroom. So there are times na may mga pagkukulang. That's why meron tayong technical assistance. And of course, it is very important na meron tayong feedbacks through LAC session and insets. Okay? So, through evaluation ng performance ng mga teachers, importante syempre ang ating feedback. But with positive criticism. Hindi tayo basta magbigay lang ng ating comments and suggestions without thinking the proper words to say para hindi tayo makasakit, but to improve the performance of the teachers. So teacher capability building, it is very important. Why? Because this time the school head should organize seminars, workshops, and other in-service training programs, conduct seminars, workshops, and other service training programs, serve as consultant and or resource person in INSETs. That's why every year, tuwing bakasyon, okay, nagkakaroon tayo ng inset, mga seminar, para mas maging malawak pa ang ating kaalaman sa ating pagtuturo. Actually, maraming topics na dapat nating pag-aralan. At sa sobrang dami, dapat talaga meron tayong lock session kung saan pwede nating pag-usapan pa yung mga bagay na ito or yung mga topics na to, just like research, which we can use para mas maging maayos ang ating pagtuturo pa sa mga estudyante bilang teacher. At kung ikaw naman ang school head, mas makita mo kung ano ba yung strengths and weaknesses pa na dapat mong ayusin so that magkaroon ka ng better students and best teachers. Okay? So another areas to support is the teacher capability building. Again, as an instructional leader, you should initiate action research and conduct action research. It is very important sa isang school na magkaroon tayo ng action research. Bakit? Kasi it is a systematic and reflective inquiry conducted by educators para ma-improve ang ating teaching practices, ma-enhance ang student learning outcomes, at ma-address natin ang specific challenges within the school environment. Okay? So, napakahalaga na ma-identify natin yung mga parts na yan. Kasi it involves a cyclical process of planning, acting, observing, syempre reflecting kung ano ba ang pagkukulang, pagkakamali natin, and allowing our teachers to make informed decisions based on evidence gathered from their own classrooms. So tatandaan natin, every year we have different kinds of students. Merong mahina, merong malakas. So ano ba ang dapat natin gawin for them to learn more, for them to be knowledgeable sa mga subjects na meron tayo sa ating school. So, meron tayong mga dapat tandaan, key components about action research in school setting. So, number 1 is identifying the focus. Number 2, planning. 3, implementation. 4, data collection, analysis, reflection, and sharing findings and iterative process. Kung magkakaroon lang tayo ng action research sa ating paaralan, talaga namang educators not only enhance their teaching practices but also contribute to the collective knowledge of the school community. Makakapag-promote pa tayo dito ng culture of inquiry, professional growth, syempre evidence-based kasi tayo talaga ang kukuha ng data sa ating mga estudyante. Okay? So another areas to support as roles and responsibilities of school head as instructional leader, syempre yung curricular enhancement, no? It is very important that school heads implements, monitor, supervise, and assess the school curriculum to assure higher learning outcomes. So bakit mahalaga ang enhancement sa school? Okay? So, hindi lang teachers, hindi lang school head. So, akala kasi natin, ang enhancement is for students only. But, the truth is, tayo bilang teacher, we need also enhancement para sa ating curriculum, sa ating paraan ng pagtuturo, sa ating mga mag-aaral. So, as a school head then, syempre, hindi naman 100% perfect. So, we need to have enhancement. So, enhancement in schools kasi typically refers to continuous improvement. Continuous, ibig sabihin, patuloy. Hindi lang tayo level 1, level 2, level 3. Dapat patuloy ang ating improvement and advancement sa mga various aspects within the educational institution. Okay? So, evaluates learning outcomes vis-a-vis the curriculum. Recommends changes in policies affecting curriculum and instruction, localizes, indigenizes curriculum, develops and promotes innovative and effective teaching learning approaches, strategies, techniques. Okay, so here, meron akong bibigay sa inyo, here are the key areas of enhancement in school that we can use. 1, teaching and learning practices. 2, professional development. 3, curriculum development. 4, technology integration. 5, student support services. 6, assessment and evaluation. 7, facilities and infrastructure. Parent and community involvement. Inclusion and diversity. Number 10, environmental sustainability. 11, leadership development. So, itong 11 na to, literal tong makakatulong sa ating paaralan and of course, para sa ating school head as instructional leader. No? Kasi enhancement in the school is very dynamic and ongoing process that requires collaboration, adaptability, and commitment to continuous improvement. Usually, swerte talaga ng mga paaralan na meron silang mga PTA officers, stakeholders na literal talagang tumutulong sa kanila 100%. No, napakaswerte ng mga school head na mayroong mga stakeholders like them. So another areas to support curricular enhancement, propose innovations to improve instructions. Ano? Implements innovative and alternative delivery schemes in teaching and learning. Act as a consultant for all publication. So para saan ba ang improve instruction? Para ba to sa mga teachers lang? Or para din sa mga school head para mas malawak pa ang kanilang kaalaman? Actually, improving instruction, um, mga teachers and school head involves enhancing teaching methods, engaging students more effectively, and continuously refining the learning experiences. So maraming mga strategies na pwede nating gamitin para mas magpatuloy ang kaalaman ng ating mga mag-aaral. So paulit-ulit naman nating sinasabi, no, tulad ng active learning strategies, technology integration, and of course another one is what we call formative assessment para sa mga students. So, meron tayong mga ginagawang mga exams, test para sa mga students natin para malaman natin kung naging maayos ba ang kanilang kaalaman, no, nang tayo ay nagtuturo. So, another thing about naman sa school head, maraming mga innovations that they can implement, no, regarding alternative delivery. Just like what happened during COVID-19 pandemic. Lahat ng mga principals natin and school head talagang medyo nahirapan din sila. Akala kasi nating mga teachers tayo lang nahirapan, pero sa totoo lang, mas nahirapan din ang mga school head kung paano ang gagawin nila when it comes to the delivery ng mga subjects. Kung ito ba ay online, anong modality ang gagamitin, anong gagawin ng mga teachers. So very good ang mga principal talaga during the pandemic days kasi na sarpas nila ang problema na yon. And of course, sa mga teachers natin, commend natin ang mga teachers sa effort nila, ginawa nila during pandemic days. Okay? So another areas to support is about assessment of learning outcomes. So para kanino ba tong learning na to? Sa teachers lang ba? Or sa mga students din? Mahalaga ang learning outcomes. Why? Bakit daw mahalaga ang learning outcomes? Siyempre, di ba? Meron tayong mga periodic evaluation of learners. Meron tayong achievement test, periodical test, departmental test, quizzes sa mga students natin. Tayo naman as a teacher, meron tayong LAC session, COT, inset, seminars na dapat nating i-undergo. Hindi para masayang oras natin, pero professional development din as a teacher. Okay? So, as instructional leader, ang school head should assist and ensures utilization of a range of assessment processes of learners' performance. Yan. So, meron tayong mga exams na ginagawa. Meron din tayong mga reports kung saan nalalaman natin kung naging maganda ba ang resulta ng first quarter, third, fourth, and so on. And of course, it leads to the evaluation of learners' achievement and utilizes results to improve learning. So makikita natin saan ba naging mababa ang mga mag-aaral. Sa talasalitaan ba, vocabulary words, sa panitikan, literature, at iba pa. So dapat makita natin, meron bang kung saan mababa. And as a teacher, dapat ma-identify mo yun. Kung ma-identify mo yun, of course, dapat may gawin ka bilang guro. At syempre, sa report naman, ang mga department heads, nakikita nila yan. And the school head. So ano ang dapat nilang gawin when it comes to learning achievement ng mga estudyante? Of course, the learning outcomes are statements that describe what students should know, understand, and be able to do at the end of the learning experience. So, marami tayong paraan, about learning outcome. So, pwede tayong gumawa ng mga session kung saan pwede nating matulungan ng mga bata natin bilang mga guro. And of course, evaluates learning outcomes vis-a-vis the curriculum. So, dapat din ma-identify natin saan nagkulang ang estudyante, ganun din ang guro. No? So, we should learn the outcomes kung positive ba to or negative ba to. So maganda rin na magkaroon tayo ng benchmarks to assess the effectiveness of teaching and learning. So as a teacher, marami tayong mga examples of learning outcomes. Okay, it may include students will demonstrate the ability to analyze and solve mathematical problems involving calculus at kung ano pang math lessons. So upon completion of the course, students will be able to critically evaluate and synthesize information from scholarly articles. By the end of the module, the students will develop effective communication skills through oral presentations and written reports. So ibig sabihin, itong learning outcomes na to ng mga students natin, if we have best students, we should have best teachers. So paano tayo magiging best? Magiging best tayo kung magkakaroon tayo ng professional development. Siyempre, mag-aral tayo. Pag-aralan natin ang lesson natin bilang teacher. And as a school head, as instructional leader, dapat din nating tandaan ano yung pwede nating mai-offer sa ating mga teachers as instructional leaders. So, we give them guidance and assessment with positive criticism. So another one is the instructional leader should develop and promote innovative and effective assessment approaches, strategies, and techniques. Assist teacher in identifying strengths and growth areas through monitoring and observation. So through COT, meron tayong mga feedbacks na nangyayari through LAC session, insets, and seminars kung saan pwede pa nating ma-assist or matulungan ng mga teachers natin to improve their strength and weaknesses as a teacher inside the classroom. Okay? So, I believe as roles and responsibilities of school head as instructional leader, we should remember this one. According to Glickman in 1990, supervision is the guide that holds a successful school together, a process by which some persons or group of people is responsible for providing a link between individual teachers' needs and organizational goals to work in harmony toward their vision. So, kanina ko pa naririnig, actually nung nagbabasa ako, lagi kong nakikita yung salitang vision when it comes to instructional leader. So, as an instructional leader, what is your vision ba para sa iyong paaralan? Meron ka bang nakikita na hindi nakikita ng mga teachers mo? Diba? Sabi nga ni Glickman, diba? You put the school together. So, ibig sabihin, ikaw yung glue ng teacher, ng school, ng students, and even the community. As instructional leader, kasi the vision is centered around creating an educational environment, okay, that fosters excellence, equity, and holistic student development. Okay, ikaw ang glue ng paaralan para magkaroon ng holistic student development. So the specific vision may vary, okay, based on the context and needs of the educational institution. Siyempre, iba't iba naman ang pangangailangan ng iba't ibang paaralan. Okay? Malaki na paaralan, maliit na paaralan, or katamtaman lamang. So, depende rin kung nasaan ang paaralan mo. Nasa city ba, province, bundok? So, ano yung magagawa mo bilang school head nila as instructional leader? So, again, you put the school together. So, sino ba yung school? Ikaw, yung paaralan, mga guro, mag-aaral, at ang komunidad na kinabibilangan mo. So, I have here pictures, okay? So these pictures kasi describe one word. Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to identify the word. Okay, so timer starts now. Okay, the word is standard. So pag narinig natin yung salitang standard, hindi yan electric fan. Okay? Standard po in the context of education, standard typically refers to a predetermined set of criteria or expectations that define what students are expected to know and be able to do at different stages of their academic journey. So as a school head, dapat ang standard natin talagang literal mataas. Okay? Bakit? Kasi it defines the students that are expected to know and be able to do so. Okay? Another word. 5 seconds. Tama. Integrity. Okay? So makikita natin yung three pictures, it defines the word integrity. So first, let's define integrity. Okay, integrity is the quality of being honest, having strong moral principles, and adhering to ethical standards even when faced with challenges or temptations. So ano kayang kinalaman ng integrity, ng standard na mga salita na to bilang isang instructional leader and as a school head? Another set of pictures. Okay, very good. The word is instruction. Okay? 'Di ba? Sabi nga instructional leadership. Okay, you play a crucial role in guiding and improving teaching practices within educational institution. Again, wala namang perfect na paaralan. Walang perfect na pagtuturo. Okay, that's why we have instructional leader kung saan sila ang tutulong sa atin bilang ating school head kung papaano pa natin mas ma-enhance ang ating pagtuturo sa ating mga mag-aaral. And of course, again, remember the word standard, integrity, and instruction. Okay? Integrity, bilang isang school head, dapat honest tayo. No matter what happened, dapat tayong maging honest sa ating sarili, sa ating mga kaguruan, sa ating mga estudyante, all in all, sa lahat. Kasi napakalaki at napakataas ng tingin sa'yo, napakataas ng respeto sa'yo ng mga tao. Okay? So, kailangan ang isang instructional leader may integrity. So, here are the words I want you to remember, no? The words are accomplished, achieve, discharge, effect, execute, and fulfill. So, these words are masasabi ko na dapat bilang isang school head as instructional leadership or instructional leader rather, dapat accomplish and ma-achieve mo lahat ng roles na ito bilang isang school head. Kasi bakit? Mga principal and school head, bilang instructional leader, we play a pivotal role in shaping the educational experience of both educators and students. They contribute significantly to the achievement of educational goals and the overall success of the school community. That's why napaka-importante sa ating mga principal na mayroon tayong standard, meron tayong integrity, and meron tayong instruction. For us na makatulong tayo sa ating mga kaguruan at sa ating mga estudyante. So I have a question here. Why is it instructional leadership important? Bakit? Anyone? Kasi 'di ba, when we say important, ibig sabihin napakahalaga ng kanilang ginagampanang trabaho sa loob ng paaralan. And isa lang ibig sabihin nun, malaki ang ginagampanang trabaho ng principal natin or ng school head natin sa ating paaralan. Hindi lang sila nakaupo sa loob ng office nila. Meron silang ginagampanang trabaho na napakahalaga. Okay? So now let's see. Ano ba ang kahalagahan ng instructional leadership? Okay? So, instructional leadership play a critical and multi-phased role within educational institution, contributing significantly to the improvement of teaching practices, student learning outcomes, and the overall success of the school. So marami tayong dapat makita na kahalagahan ng mga school head natin. Of course, essential for improving student outcomes as it focuses on the quality of teaching and learning in the classroom. And the school head also create a shared vision for teaching and learning. Okay, bakit kaya create a vision, a shared vision for teaching and learning? Kasi dapat daw ang instructional leaders play crucial role in creating a positive and conducive learning environment. This includes addressing issues related to school culture, classroom management, and student engagement. Another important daw na trabaho ng isang school head, of course, effective instructional leaders create a shared vision. Okay, they help teachers achieve the vision. And another one, they prioritize the use of data and evidence to inform instructional decisions. So wag nating uh, manipulahin ang mga data na nagaganap sa loob ng ating classroom. Sabihin natin ang totoo para ma-delegate ni principal kung ano ba ang tamang desisyon na gawin kung mayroon mang pagkukulang or kung mayroon mang pagkakamali ang mga batang ito or ang mga guro na ito. Okay? So dapat ma-address natin yung equity and inclusivity din. Inclusivity. Okay? Kasi bakit? Kailangan makapag-create tayo ng equitable and inclusive instructional practices, addressing the diverse needs of students and promoting a learning environment where every student has an opportunity to succeed. Of course, so dapat collaborative school culture that fosters innovation and continuous improvement. Hindi lang basta walang plano tayong mga school head, no? Dapat we aim for educational excellence. Okay? And as a school head then, dapat ma-reach natin or ma-increase natin ang teacher morale and job satisfaction. So, sad to say, no, nowadays, may mga teachers na nagre-resign sa DepEd. They go to abroad to have greener pasture na hindi natin talaga maibigay sa DepEd. So, this is based on my own perspective. I'm not saying na pangkalahatan. Okay? So, as a school head, kasi malaki ang mai-impart mo sa mga teachers mo to increase their morale and job satisfaction. Okay? So, sa totoo lang, napakahirap ng trabaho natin sa DepEd. Pero dahil mahal natin ang trabaho natin, ginagawa natin ang best natin. Okay? So, napakalaking bagay kapag ang principal, as an instructional leader, nai-increase natin ang teacher morale and job satisfaction. So, paano ba natin mai-increase ang job satisfaction ni teacher? By providing support, recognition, professional development opportunities. Instructional leaders contribute to a positive working environment, which in turn enhances teacher morale and job satisfaction. Yung simpleng very good, ma'am, ayos yan. Ay, sana next time, ganitong gagawin mo. Tama yan, ma'am, mag-aral ka, no? So, lahat ng mga yan, simple things like that, or simple words like that, it can increase the morale of the teacher. Okay? So, maraming paraan para ma-increase pa ang moral nila actually. In a simple bond paper, ink, printer, ma-provide natin sa kanila, makakales na yan ang isipin ng mga teachers. 'Di ba? Sabi nga, ang isang instructional leader is you guide them, you assist them, and you share your ideas. If mas maganda yung idea mo as their school head, sabihin mo sa kanila. Okay? I-share mo yung ideas mo. Okay? So sabi nga, instructional leadership is not limited to the principals. Bakit? Kahit crucial ang trabaho ng mga principal as instructional leadership, talagang malaki ang magiging influence ng principal na to sa ating mga teachers. Malaki ang impact ng leadership ng principal kung naging effective ba and continuous improvement ang nagawa niya sa loob ng paaralan. But then again, hindi lang limited ang instructional leadership. Tayo bilang teachers sa loob ng classroom, we can be instructional leader. Even the department heads can be instructional leader sa kanyang mga nasasakupang mga teacher. Kasi akala natin hanggang doon lang eh. Pero malaki ang mababago natin sa buhay ng mga guro or ng mga natao o ng mga taong nasa ilalim natin. So, how to be an effective instructional leaders? So, before I give you how to be an effective instructional leaders, let me give you the meaning of effectiveness in educational background. Ano? So, it refers now to the ability of instructional practices, programs, or leadership to produce positive and meaningful outcomes. So, what are the things ba to remember on how to be an effective instructional leader? So, first is set a vision for ambitious instruction. Usually, lagi tayong may tanong bakit, papaano, but the most effective vision daw statements articulate both the how and the why. School's instructional approach will enable students to achieve more. So ano ang gagawin natin? Paano natin to gagawin? Ano pa ang pwede natin gawin para mas ma-increase pa ang knowledge ng mga bata natin? Or papaano natin tuturuan ng mga bata na hirap magbasa para magkaroon ng magandang learning outcomes? Okay? So as instructional leader, we set a vision kahit medyo parang ambisyoso na tong instruction na to kasi paano natin pababasahin tong mga bata na to. But the truth is, with the help of our teacher, with the help of our principal, we can achieve these things. So number 2 is upgrade curriculum and instructional materials. So how can you upgrade curriculum and instructional materials? Okay? So through LAC session, COT, seminars, insets, makikita natin, mga teachers and even the school head, kung may mga pagkukulang pa ba or needs to be practiced more para mas maging maganda ang outcomes ng ating mga instructional materials. We can use the technology itself para makatulong na mas maintindihan pa ng mga student natin. Ano? And as instructional leaders, needs to create systems and structures to continuously analyze and adapt instructional materials so they are relevant, timely, and high quality. So number 3 is we create systems to support data-driven instruction. Okay? So in data-driven instruction, actually, when the COVID-19 hit us, lahat kailangan natin ng data. Pero hindi tayo naging ready. Kasi sino ba namang may alam na darating ang COVID-19? So talagang from the start, nagsimula talaga tayo from scratch. Okay? So masasabi natin na napakagaling talaga ng mga school head natin that time. Okay? So, yun nga lang, syempre, we create system to support data-driven instruction. But at the same time, dapat, we need to think kung naka-aligned ba yung mga instruction na yon, yung mga data-driven instruction na yon sa mga dapat nating tunguhin. Of course, it will fuel a sense of collective efficacy and accelerate school improvement. Number 4, provide equitable access to individualization and interventions. Again, when we say intervention, kapag may mga kulang, meron tayong mga mahihina sa ating loob ng classroom, we use intervention. Actually, through research, we can use interventions na mas dapat para do sa mga bata na nahihirapan. Okay? So the primary role of the school head is the initiation of best practices that ultimately lead to improved school performance. So the keyword here is what we call continuous progress. Implementing change in the school community lies on the hands of the school head. Okay? So syempre naandyan yung support na manggagaling sa ating school head. Pwede tayong magkaroon ng meeting, ng seminar, kung papaano pa mas magiging equitable ang access natin as a key to responsibility of instructional leaders. So number 5, develop systems and structures for professional learning and collaboration. So again, when teachers are engaged in professional development, napakalaking puntos nito para sa lahat. Even sa mga teachers, hindi lang dapat teachers but also the school head. So ako naniniwala ako no, kung ikaw ay principal or school head, TIC ka man, dapat mas mataas ang pinag-aralan mo sa mga teachers mo. Bakit? Kasi ikaw yung model, 'di ba? Sabi nga, ikaw bilang leader, ikaw bilang instructional leader, you are the person of influence. Ibig sabihin, ikaw ang makaka-encourage sa mga teachers mo na, mag-aral kayo, para yan sa inyo, professional development yan. So, para yan sa mas magandang kinabukasan. 'Di ba? Through collaboration, mas magiging engaged si teacher mo dahil nakikita nila, ikaw bilang principal nila, na nag-aaral ka, nag-strive ka pa more ahead of them. But what is collaboration ba? Collaboration in education refers to the joint effort, 'di ba? Hindi lang si principal, dapat na andyan ang effort ni teacher, na students, ng community. And of course, cooperation yan among various stakeholders. So, sino-sino ba yung mga stakeholders? To, nabanggit ko na. Includes teachers, students, parents, administrators, and community members. So, dapat talaga, lahat ng mga nabanggit ko, lahat sila magtutulungan talaga. Bakit? To achieve a common educational goals. So ano ba yung mga educational goals na yun? Napakadami niyang napakadami niyang magiging magandang resulta if lahat ng mga tao na to ay magtutulungan. Okay? So, pwede siya maka-enhance ng learning outcomes, of course, professional growth, effective resource utilization, positive school culture, innovation, and creativity. Okay? So in essence of collaboration is a cornerstone of effective education. Bakit? Kasi it promotes a culture of shared responsibility and collective efforts to enhance the overall educational experience for all stakeholders. So makikita yan ng ating mga stakeholders, no? Mga estudyante, mga anak nila, very good, lahat, matataas ang grades, lahat nananalo, laging first, ang mga students from that particular school, makikita talaga ng mga stakeholders na ibig sabihin naging effective ang school head through instructional leadership sa kanyang mga teachers. So number 6, offer consistent coaching and feedback to teachers. Question lang, minsan ba nasasaktan kayo kapag kino-coach or fini-feedback kayo ng inyong master teacher, department heads, or even the school head? Kung ang tatanungin ninyo, yes, there are times. Meron talagang mga pagkakataon na medyo na-offend tayo, no? Sa mga feedbacks ng ating master teacher or ng ating department heads, even the school head. Why? Kasi medyo makitid ang utak natin. So, aminado ako dyan sa bagay na yan. Kasi syempre, tinitingnan ko ang sarili ko na, bakit mali ako doon? Ginawa ko naman yung best ko. 'Di ba? But the truth is, napaka-importante ng coaching and feedback. Okay? Siyempre, di ba, sa COT natin, akala natin best na yon. Pero if we want the best students, dapat best practices din ang binibigay natin sa kanila. So there are times may mga teacher na needs talaga ng technical assistance. No, pag narinig kasi nila yung TA, parang bad na ang impression. But the truth is, it helps us to be a better teacher. Okay? So feedback to teachers is very important. But as a school head, as an instructional leader, dapat mas maging ma-motivate mo ang mga teachers mo na to be the best. Okay? Integral components kasi mga teacher and principals ang coaching and feedback for professional growth and development. Kasi nakakapag-provide to sa mga educators like us ng support, guidance, opportunities to grow. Okay? Opportunities to grow. Ibig sabihin, yung coaching na yan, feedback na yan, observation sa atin ng teacher, ng principal, ng school head, ng master teacher, para yan sa atin for us to grow. Okay? Hindi lang siya para ipahiya tayo. Pero please, no, please, para sa mga school head and principals natin, kapag nagbibigay tayo ng feedback and coaching, nakikiusap ako. Sana gumamit tayo ng mga positive criticism, mga words na hindi naman sobrang masakit. Okay? But words of encouragement na para gawin nila yung next na lesson nila or next na pagtuturo nila ng mas maayos. Kasi minsan akala natin kung magagalit tayo sa mga teachers natin, magre-resulta ng maganda. Actually, 50-50, hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon. There are times na kailangan din nilang makarinig ng positive sa kalagitnaan ng negative. Okay? So, I want you to read these words again. No? Successful, effectual, efficacious, productive, constructive, and fruitful. These words magiging maganda to if magiging effective ka as instructional leader. Okay? So, siguro naman, lahat tayo, we are aiming to be successful, to be productive, to be fruitful. Pero wag nating kakalimutan as a leader, as an instructional leader, to have humility and courage to our teachers. So I have here sample evaluation, some of the sample evaluation tool for effective instructional leaders. Actually, lahat to nakikita na natin to every year kasi binibigyan tayo ng score. Some of the scores are true, some are not. Pero syempre, dapat alamin natin itong mga tools na to be an effective instructional leaders. So if you are a supervisor, based on DepEd Order number 25, series of 2020, or the National Adoption and Implementation of the Philippine Professional Standards for Supervisors, or the PPSS, here are the domains. Domain 1, supporting curriculum management and implementation. Number 2, strengthening shared accountability. 3, fostering a culture of continuous improvement. 4, developing self and others. Okay, as you can see, di ba, itong mga domain 1 to 4 na to, naririnig natin sa kanina pa. Okay, it's about curriculum, implementation, shared accountability, culture, improvement, and developing self. And for school head naman, the DepEd Order number 24 series of 2020, or the National Adoption and Implementation of the Philippine Professional Standards for School Heads. Okay, so ito naman yung mga domain. Domain number 1 is leading strategically. Number 2, managing school operations and resources. 3, focusing on teaching and learning. 4, developing self and others. And number 5, building connections. So as you can see on domain number 5, it is very important na magkaroon tayo ng connection sa ating stakeholders, teachers, students, and the community itself. So based kay Hallinger noong 2001, okay, and Southworth 2002, they suggest that 20 years later, the instructional leadership construct is still alive in the domains of policy, research, and practice in school leadership and management. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, lifetime talaga ang pagiging instructional leader. So, lagi natin yang magagamit, hindi lang today, kundi in the future. Okay? Maraming paraan kung paano natin matutulungan ang mga teachers natin, mga principal. Wag lang natin silang basta lang iwan sa ere. Kung may nakita tayong pagkukulang, i-guide natin sila, i-assist natin sila para mas maging malawak din yung knowledge nila tulad natin. And of course, dapat mag-set tayo bilang magandang example para sa kanila. At makita din nila sa atin tong tatlong ito. Okay? It's about humility, clarity, and courage. Okay? As a principal, wag nating kakalimutan, encourage natin yung mga teachers natin na nanghihina sa atin. Hindi ibig sabihin na ikaw na yung nasa pinakamataas, you don't care about them. Mas maganda na makita mo yung mga teachers mo bilang principal na lahat sila ay nag-aangatan. Okay? Sana ang mga principal magkaroon ng mindset na walang maiiwan sa baba. And of course, as an instructional leader, it's about teaching and learning outcomes. If you want to have a best students, you should have a best teachers. At sa pamamagitan mo bilang instructional leader, you can have best teachers and best students. Okay? So, other than that, thank you so much for this wonderful morning. Thank you, nakasama ko kayo. At thank you kasi na-share ko yung knowledge ko sa inyo. Sana nabigyan ko ng hustisya ang araw na to sa inyo. So again, I am Dr. Mary Grace Villim. Sana hindi lang ito ang una at huli. So thank you so much. Goodbye and God bless.